"You therefore just dumb, old man." The entire diner froze. A hulking biker in a leather vest towered over the frail figure of an elderly man seated quietly in the corner booth. The old man didn't even raise his head. He just sipped his black coffee with steady hands, as if the shouting didn't belong to him. His jacket had a faded US Army patch sewn to the shoulder, and beside his plate lay a navy blue cap embroidered with gold thread. "Vietnam veteran." The biker's voice grew louder. "I said you're in my seat, you fossil. Move before I move you." Still, the man didn't flinch. He merely glanced up with tired eyes and said, "Son, I've survived things you wouldn't understand. But if you need the seat that badly, go ahead." And that's when it happened. A sharp, open-handed slap landed across the old man's cheek. The cap fell from the table. His coffee spilled. The waitress gasped. A mother nearby shielded her child's eyes. The room was stunned, not just by the slap, but by the silence that followed. No one moved, no one stopped the biker as he sneered and muttered, "Should have stayed in the past, soldier." But the man didn't yell, didn't fight back. He simply picked up his cap, wiped the coffee from his sleeve, and whispered to the waitress, "Could you hand me that payphone? I need to call my son." She rushed it over. The old man made a single call, no raised voice, no panic. Just calm, measured words. Then he waited, eyes locked out the window. Exactly 22 minutes later, the ground began to rumble. Out front, 4 military Humvees pulled up in formation, doors swung open, soldiers in fatigue stepped out. Uniforms crisp, faces unreadable. At the center of them, a tall, broad-shouldered man with a matching jawline and a name tag that read Colonel. Dawson strode straight into the diner. The biker stood up, now visibly less confident. "What the hell is this?" he scoffed, backing slightly toward the exit. Colonel Dawson didn't say a word. He walked past the counter, past the stunned guests, and right up to the old man. He saluted, a crisp, respectful gesture that sent chills down every spine in the room. "Dad," he said firmly, "you okay?" The old man nodded. "He hit me, over a booth." Dawson turned, jaw clenched. "Which one?" The biker tried to laugh it off. "This is insane. I didn't know he was your dad. It was just a misunderstanding." But the soldiers had already moved, positioning themselves near the doors. No weapons, no threats, just overwhelming presence. "You put your hand on a decorated veteran," Dawson said, "a man who bled for this country while you were learning to spell your name." "I didn't know." The biker tried again. "That's the problem," Dawson cut him off. "People like you never know. You never ask. You just assume no one will stand for them. Today, you assumed wrong." The manager of the diner stepped forward, voice shaking. "We've called local law enforcement." "That won't be necessary," Dawson replied. "We'll wait. We're trained for that." The biker, red-faced and sweating, tried to leave, but 2 uniformed men blocked the door. "Please take a seat," one of them said coldly. For the next 15 minutes, the diner sat in stunned silence. Soldiers stood in calm watch. The old man returned to his coffee, now warm again. The biker sat, trembling, no longer loud, just small. When the police finally arrived, Dawson handed them a flash drive from one of the Humvee's dash cams. "Everything's on there," he said. "Audio, video, time-stamped. Assault on a senior, public endangerment, and disrespect to a veteran of war." As the biker was cuffed and led out, a young boy at a nearby table stood and saluted the old man. The veteran saluted back. Someone began to clap, then another, and soon the entire diner stood, applauding not just the justice that had come, but the quiet strength of the man who never raised a hand. Never mistake silence for weakness. Never assume age means invisibility. Some people carry their battles on their back, and their dignity in their silence. And when you raise your hand to the wrong person, you might just find out who's been standing behind them all along. Have you ever stood up for someone who couldn't fight back? Or witnessed someone finally get the respect they've long deserved? Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story moved you, subscribe to the channel, hit